All right. Should be good now. Let everybody join the room. Good morning. No sound. No sound. Bert. What up, Bert?
I think it's working now.
Oh, let me turn this down. We got 11. What is today? Today's Friday. Oh yeah, thank God it's fucking Friday. Here inside of the Den. Good morning, everybody. This is Big Games B.S, part of Den Media Group, presented by alphaclinicsonline.com. Alphaclinicsonline.com is the go-to website for all things enhancement related. Whether it's we got women we could do stuff with, we got men. Listen, one of the things, men go to the doctor. Everybody go to the doctor. Got to go to the doctor. But here's what the cool thing about Alpha Clinic Online is. I just go and I say, I need whoop, whoop, whoop. And they give me whoop, whoop, whoop. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't want us getting in trouble. Yeah. They're not giving me, no, I can't get you no good fit. No, I can't get you no perks. No, I can't get you none of that stuff, man. But if you go and you actually need something, like, you're good. Like, it's a good thing. And right now, a lot of us are very hormonal. Things aren't going our way. We got to get ourselves checked. Nothing more crazy than what's going on the timeline. And I made some of the things I forgot, some of the things I mute. Just for you guys who are listening to this on social media, for your sanctity, for your sanity, right? I'm not going back and forth with you more than three or four volleys, right? We're gonna treat this shit like tennis. Like I ain't going all day back and forth with you. So like after a certain while, and I see like you keep arguing, I'm just gonna mute the conversation. So like I'm just ignoring you. Like after a certain point, because some of this stuff is stupid. Bert K asks, do they have uncut honey packs? No, but they do have the Cinnadefinel. I know I fucked that name up. Basically, they have the guys. We can get you Cialis for the low. We can get you Cialis for the low. We can get you Viagra is a little expensive over here, but I'll tell you where it's not, Bert. It's not none of that stuff's expensive in the DR. Because DR is Bert, one of my passport bros. Like not like the bad ones. I'm just calling them that. Why do men get a bad rap for going and doing what women do? There's a whole fucking movie called Stella Got a Groove Back about a bitch going to Jamaica and getting her back broken in. But men go because American men wasn't treating her right. Black men don't feel like they're getting treated right. Don't feel like paying, because women just at this age, if we would just be honest, just tell me how much the pussy costs, and then we could move past a lot of this shit. But you don't want to be honest because you don't want to. And I get it. You don't want to feel like you're paying, like it's a transaction. I get it. You want to have some of your femininity. Adrian's going to Jamaica next weekend. We're gonna see the pictures of her. Have you seen the women on the raft getting bathed?
Oh damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, women's DR is Jamaica, but women like to make it. I just want one day, we will have a world where we can all just be honest with each other and be like, men ain't shit, but you know who else ain't shit? Women. And we can all be ain't shit together. I actually told my daughter that. We were talking, and she knows way too much. One of the things, Jaden, I hope you never find out anything that happens with your parents. Like whatever got them, whatever because they're not your mom and dad together, or they're separate, different.
I know why they.
But what I'm saying is, I don't want for you to know too much of any of that shit, or just the baseline stuff. It's cool. If you like, I'm not saying this happened to you, but like if your daddy cheated, cool. Shit happens. You're gonna find out as a man that sometimes options come up and you can't turn it down. It happens. Or your mom might have cheated. Or your mom stopped cooking or some of that, but we don't want to know the details, the finite details. So if people who watch the show know, I hadn't talked to her in a minute. She just popped out the blue. I was actually on a show. She called me, and I just happened to answer. And I was like, yo, I got to get off the phone. I can't do this. I told them I got to stop doing the show. Man, she's telling me shit. I'm like, how the fuck do you know this? This is too much. Like, but not about me, though. From her mom's standpoint, I'm like, yo, you don't need to know that your mom. So all the stuff that I joke about, she actually knows it would get the jokes. And I'm like, yo, I don't want you doing that. But it leads for transparent conversations. Like I told her, like, just your mama ain't shit. And I wasn't shit at that time. We could have been ain't shit together. But luckily, she decided that she wanted to lie to herself and think that she was more upstanding. And that's where I'm in the position I'm in now. My life could have been way fucked up with her. But I say all that to say is, Bert, you go to the pharmacies, you get all that shit for you can buy Viagra for like $1 a pop. Now, here, or you can buy Cialis for that too. Here it's gonna go for $10 a pop with us, but that's still cheaper than what you would get in other places. So just free game by big game. I know because I have a friend that goes down to the DR pretty regularly, and he goes to that. I'm gonna start asking him about Eliquis and Rasudavism, whatever the stuff, some of the other drugs that I gotta take. I'm gonna start getting this shit cheap. So, but we can hook you up. We can get that. Imagine you're coming in, you're feeling good, don't want to go to a doctor. You have the rapport, you have the relationship, you're a patient. Go check out alphaclinicalonline.com. Just make sure we get you set up the right way. We can also do your hormonal treatment and all this other jazz too. So give you vitamin therapy, blah, blah, blah. So it's coming to that time of year where it's my busy season. If you don't hear from me, it doesn't mean I don't like you. It just means I'm fucking busy. let's pull up some of this other stuff that some of the shit that happened. Oh, please, by the way, while I got you guys' attention, check out Mandarin U. I think it's Mandarin Mustang Football on YouTube, but if you just Google Mandarin U, it should be coming up relatively soon. Need you guys to check that out. Also, Trey did his take yesterday. He got Twitter going nuts, but we got to get him a little bit more. I think the YouTube numbers were down because me and Chris were doing sporadics. So we need that. Also, Jaden, if you could take that the picture that I have of Mandarin, you'll see it in a minute. That needs to be put on our Mandarin U YouTube. But yeah. So yesterday I had I didn't realize it was a year that I met my nephew that I didn't know I had. And that'd be Jack Coleman. Jack's cool. Jack got dreads now, or Jack got braids. I don't know if he gets. Jack is visually impaired. He's basically blind. And if you don't know the story, it's on our YouTube channel, and it's really, really cool. ESPN picked it up. I actually need to retweet it too, but it was one of them things that I don't realize how connected I am until I go out to shit. So I'm coming. This is the first year. I met Jack about a year ago around this time. We have this thing with the Gator Bowl. We're partnering with Dreams Come True in Jacksonville, and they have dreamers. Every year they pick 12 kids that it's basically Make-A-Wish Foundation, but local. So they pick 12 kids, and these 12 kids have something wrong with them. Unfortunately, now the number is 11 because one of the kids passed tragically last week. So that's pretty sad. This one didn't. This is my man, Luke. So I come in there. I'm at the pasta station because we get fed for this kind of event. And Buddy's like, I see the lady. She's like, "Hey, James, how you doing?" I'm like, "Cool. What's up, man? Y'all got any cool ass? Y'all got some cool kids this year for the Dreamers? Or how's that going?" And she's telling me blah, blah, blah. I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "I don't really know if I'm going to be able to help as much." I mean, that shit kind of was wild. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy how the Jack thing came about. ESPN picked it up. I was really just going to do some shit. But then she was just like, so I'm like, I'm thinking in my head, MFTK this year, I ain't going to do nothing. So she starts telling me about my man's. My man's name is Luke. And not Luke from the chat, but kind of like Luke from the chat that he's a little bit of, this little white boy got a little bit of chocolate in him. So this is my face. Because, all right, so the lady in the green is the lady who's over Green Dreams Come True. She tells me that this 9-year-old his dream is to be a drum major in an HBCU band. So I'm sorry. I'm a cynic. I called bullshit. There's no fucking way. How the fuck does a 9-year-old really white boy know about the HBCU experience? She says no. He really she was like, his favorite band is the Marching 100. And I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. I was like, you're lying. There's no way this 9-year-old knows about the Marching 100 from Jacksonville. So she goes and she finds them. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. Jit really liked them. He tells me, let's see what we could do. So he comes over to me and he introduces himself to me. And it's like talking to young Sheldon. I don't know if you guys watched that show. I actually like Young Sheldon better than I like Big Bang Theory, which I actually like Big Bang Theory, ironically. He's coming over here. This motherfucker spitting game, dog, about HBCU bands. He knew the name of the tuba section. He knew this, and he was just he talked about how he went here, and he's like, this is what the drum majors in the Marching 100 do. And he started doing his feet, and I was like, do you know what the tuba said? He's like, yeah, the tubas come and they do this, and then they do a split, and I'm like, this motherfucker really know about the. Hey, I was like, well, what are your favorite? She's like, well, he's like, well, first and foremost, the Marching 100 is my most favorite band of all time. He's like, my second favorite band is the Marching Chiefs. I'm like, okay, we're cooking with grease right now. We cooking with grease. And then he said, but my third favorite band is Texas Southern University. I said, Texas Southern bitch, how do you know what Texas Southern University is? What 9 y'all don't know what Texas Southern University is. I know a 9. He's like, well, I just watch YouTube videos of band all day. And I said, you know what? You all right with me, Luke. And we did our FAMU, the little. Forgive me, I haven't done it in years, but we did the little snake shit that FAMU does. So I'm gonna tell you what my goal is. I already know I got half of it is accomplished. I just called Dave. Me and David Platt gonna get this shit straightened next week. Now I do know we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. November 2nd is FAMU's homecoming. I'm going to transform this white kid's life. I didn't get a chance to get my only regret for Jack was that I didn't get a chance to get Jack some titties. Because that would have been mine. If I'm losing my sight and I know I'm gonna be blind, right? I gotta see some titties before I can. Because what if, I mean, everything else is gonna work, right? His sensory is gonna be like his hands, all that shit's gonna be dope. But like, you kind of want to at least see a pair so that if you feel a pair, you have reference in your memories, right? I'm assuming he can see color and everything vividly in his memories.
Yeah.
He just can't see anything now. And like to not have some, now there was a softball girl that said that, hey, she's like, give him to me, whatever he want to do. If this is really happening, I'll bless this boy. And God bless her. We need whores in this world that are gonna bid, like she deserves a place in heaven. Now, Luke is 9. That being said, I need him to see some curves. I need him to go get a sausage dog from the sausage man on the set. We're going to go embrace FAMU's homecoming, and I need him to be ready and able like to do all the shit that we need to do. I'm here for it. That being said, we will also go and participate at Florida State because Florida State plays North Carolina that weekend. And I've already got he will blow the whistle. He will be in the Marching Chiefs. And, we'll go see 2 games. So I know I got tickets for the game. So, and I get my award next week at Florida State. So I'm going to bring this up. We going to fucks with the jit. He going to have some orange and green, FAMU, and he going to have some Florida State shit. And he's going to see some big asses. We're going to eat some food. We're going to get that big ass lemonade that they be selling for $10 that y'all know y'all wrong for selling for $10, but it's straight diabetes. So we're going to do that. We're going to see at least the first half of the FAMU game for homecoming. Check out the band. I know Coach Colsey. I talked with those guys over there about how we're going to make this happen for this jit. But this is my new thing. So anybody who can retweet this, if you have any help, if you know some stuff that you can know some ways we can make this kid's experience better, I'm gonna take them to Olean's. We're gonna get. I don't even care what, again, because this ain't about politics. But you got to get an Obama special from Olean's. It's really the best thing they got. So you gotta go get an Obama, and we're gonna bless this kid, and we're gonna hook him up. And his whole story. Luke was born, from what his mom said, he was born 25 months. He's got cerebral palsy. He came out 2.5 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Obviously, he's been eating. He's been snacking. He's gained that weight back. But he's such a cool kid. He's got a great personality. Jit snatched the microphone from the lady and literally said, Mr. James is doing it. And I was like, I didn't say I was doing shit. I said I'm gonna try, but you know what? He put it out there. We gonna do it. We finna I fucks with Luke, and so y'all gotta fuck with Luke. So any donations? Obviously, we gotta get a hotel. We gotta get these people fed. We need tickets. We need ideas. We need all of these different things. So we good. November 2nd is my goal. Mandarin University. I was thinking it back to what somebody posted when they were hating on us. It was them hating ass Northside cats. They don't even have a prospect sheet. Well, you don't need a prospect sheet when everybody's a fucking prospect. So this is a kid that I was telling y'all about. I'm a brag on him. He's a big ass baby. That's not the bragging part yet, but he's a fucking genius. Like dead the fuck serious. Perfect scores on all of his standardized tests, straight A's. Really, really damn ninja, but he's an asshole. But it turns out well to be an asshole. I think they need to update. I think he's 6'4", 280 right now. But Brian is committed to the University of Maryland right now. His stock is going to go high. I told him God did all the work. He made you 6'4", 280, man. Like, and very smart. He just has we have to work on his the people part. He played too much. And that's really what it just comes down to. He just played too much. He's not a bad kid at all.
Can't play too much at 6'4", too.
Exactly. And it's you know what it's like? A big ass pup. That's the thing with all these guys is I don't run kids off because they're just big ass puppies. And it's two things. Like, don't play with them big ass puppies that always want to jump on you and shit. That's what he is. And you just got to pop him a little bit, get some correction. Just like babies. Like, I think the problem is that, his dad's a great guy. Dad just ain't drop him when he was younger. This is why I say you got to punch the shit out of kids. If you have done things the right way, your child will be bigger than you. Or at worst, the same size as you. But you're going to be old. So you have to be a wily vet. And you have to show them that you know, like, where to hit them at. The problem is, like, he towers over his dad. Like, so me, when I was telling people, they'd be like, why are you so hard on your boys? Why do you jack them up? Why do you thump Killer in the lips? Why do you thump him in the forehead? Why do you punch Trey sometimes? It's because they need to know that violence is always a possibility around dad. So that when they do get bigger than me, it's embedded in a fucking brain that if you come in, you better be ready. You better be willing. Don't make me have to think about you as somebody other than my son. And you know who drains me like that? A 5'4", light-skinned woman that could probably pass as white. And Carmen Angela Adams, Coleman. That motherfucker that hit me. When I got to a certain size, she said, oh, okay. Bop, slapped the shit out of me. And said, flex up and do something if you want to. Just better have a place to live. And I said, damn, this bitch is ruthless. I just went to my room and just said, man, fuck this shit. I'll be out of here in 4 years. And it was something now I wish I didn't get out of there in 4 years. Shit, I wish I lived with her now. Being an adult is a terrible thing, but this is the kind of, and this is not, he doesn't graduate this year, class of 2026. These are kind of mutants that we have walking around Mandarin University. If you want to see more of these guys, make sure you go follow, subscribe to the YouTube. The minute we get to 1,000 subs, we will start streaming from there. And we will stream all Mandarin U football games. We will have other content, other things popping up eventually, interviews. Did we put the interviews up from last week on the YouTube channel? Or you only did the one with Jamie?
What other interviews then?
That's what I'm saying. That's the only interview you did after Atlantic Coast? Okay, so, all right. We'll get some more this week, and we'll be putting all kind of behind-the-scenes stuff. But somewhere toward the end of the season, we will have Mustang U, and it will be glorious and epic and all that shit. So I realize my talk game really good. I got people. Everybody calls Mandarin University now. Tallahassee people are calling it Mandarin University. I had a guy I played with at Taylor County. He coaches at Taylor County. He's asking me for guidance. And I'm like, what do you want? Like, he's like, show me how to, I want Taylor County to do what Mandarin U is doing. And I'm like, Well,
It's just started.
that's what I'm saying. Like people just seem to think it's way bigger than what it is. But yeah. So continuations. You know, a lot of times in the fan bases, a lot of people are assholes. I asked my question too off of this because I'm not going to be this guy. Miles, remember we were picking on the guy at first? Comes to Miami games, full fucking uniform. Full uniform, like he's ready to play. At first I said something, then I thought, well, maybe he's specially abled. And then I was just like, you know what? No, he's not specially abled. But he did it in honor of his brother. It's a whole thing that's really, really cool. But he's got a scholarship fund. And I think personally, when people come on, like, this is what I like to do. Just like I'm still mad at Miami fans, even though that guy was a dick, you know, to my guy Luke, but I still wouldn't wish anything bad happened on people's kids. But one guy was his infant daughter passed tragically. And Miami fans talk about all this money and how much love they got, but I think one of the biggest donations came from us. Kyle is the one who helped it, if I remember correctly. Kyle, even though, and I gave what Kyle donated to us, plus my own, because, you know, YouTube takes 30%. So Kyle like donated like $200 or some shit like that. Maybe I forgot off the top of my head. But so $200 ain't $200 when you go through YouTube. $200 is whatever, like $140 dollars that comes to me. But Shelton put last season, a lot of people donated to my late brother's memorial scholarship fund. Thanks to you all, we were able to present checks to Marion Center and a charity for children's cancer. Let's do it again this year. Your generosity is much appreciated. Can we click on the GoFundMe to see where it's at? That's dope. We need to get over. Look at my guy, brother, Andre Barnes, giving $25. Shout out to him. Shout out to Baby Dre. But I like stuff like this, man. Like, this is, you know, keeping that man's brother's honor, and that's how you don't die. That's why I do stuff that I do. But also, I'm tough to kill. God don't want me, and the devil's not through with me. So we'll figure that out. Going to the next thing. But shout out to that fundraiser. Shout out to that. If you feel the need, please go participate and help that guy raise his funds. And another continuation. Boy, they was getting on our D tackles, man. I like Josh Farmer. I like Daryl Jackson. I don't like the way they're playing, but they say them boys got them Tia Kemp teeth. For those who didn't understand the reference, this is Tia Kemp. This is the woman famously known for being Rick Ross's baby mother. And why she is apparently doing a party at FAMU homecoming. That being said, her son plays football for Bethune-Cookman University. She's the one who went on social media trying to get us to feel sympathy for her for Rick, because Rick Ross wouldn't pay for a Nike order for Bethune-Cookman.
Oh, I remember that.
Which it's clearly that she's saying that that's her son's tuition. Bitch, if your son need 400 pairs of Nike Vapors, there's something going wrong. So I like a good whore. I like a good ratchet one. Little ratchetness is like pepper. Like spices things up. But I don't need a lot of ratchetness. Just and then I also told y'all that I don't like that teeth bother me. And like that teeth is one of the first things that I notice in a woman. So like when I look and you look, and it's just, and then when you put all them, and this is making me now, I used to want veneers, but I don't know if I want them anymore.
No, don't.
Because like you look like you over enunciating your words. Oh shit, I gotta pay something today. She over enunciating her words, and then like it makes her lip. Yeah. It's weird, and she's loud, and she does what baby mamas do. Like, but Rick Ross is so funny because he don't be responding to people with the troll. He'll do his troll, and then he'll disappear for a little bit. And then he'll go back, and then just the way his voice is just when last time I saw her, she was in the best of spirits.
That shit's not real. Nobody really
Like the way he talks is just the best of spirits. I ain't never heard nobody use no hood dudes.
Young kid.
She was in the best of, you know what? You got the camera. That does remind me. Like, so Kai says shit that doesn't, like, because he's trying to figure out the right phrases to use. So he says things. I'm like, why'd you phrase it like that? Like, he talked about why he doesn't want to go to aftercare. He said it's a bit chaotic. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? What does chaotic mean? And he told me, I'm like, damn. All right. She was in the best of spirits when she was scrubbing my floors and giving me a pedicure the other day. I'm like, yo, she really spazzing on this man. A week ago, she was like, he had a picture of her in a fucking maid's costume on his floor.
But I mean, ain't that the mother of your kids? Though?
But what I'm saying is they arguing, and she come at him, and then he's like, I thought we was cool when you was.
Y'all both need to stop.
They need to. Like, the kid is the one who's got to deal with this.
And speaking of veneers, do you know what's under those?
Your teeth?
Do
Gums?
You know what they look like?
Like rotted?
They're like shaven down to like sharp spikes so they can fit. They're like little spiky, jagged nasties. And that's what's under there. So just stick with what you know.
Well, no, I mean, some people don't have teeth. So, I mean, they have to have something.
Oh, yeah. That. In those cases, but most of these people are just regular people.
I was gonna get this tooth fixed when it first broke, but this is before Trey. Because I still remember, I'm still traumatized. I was just picking my teeth, and then I heard the, and I was like, oh shit! And then that bitch just came out, like half of it came out, and then they had to go pull it, and they told me it sounded, and it broke when they were pulling it, and so it sounds like somebody's breaking porcelain in your ear. And oh god, oh wowzers!
That monster mouth right here. This is what's under there. To get your veneers, they gotta shave it.
It's people with that teeth look like that now.
The vampire.
Yeah, never mind. I saw this company called Removable Veneers. I would rather just put something over my teeth.
You don't have to look perfect.
But then why does she lick her like? Like, watch this. It's really just her. Wow. Like, does she have any canines?
I don't know. But if you have nice eyes, nice cheekbones, nice anything, I do not notice because all I see is
her teeth. And just, wow, every word. Wow, it's like, yo, she looked like Miss Pac-Man. It's the tongue thing that just. But my bigger problem is this: Rick Ross is older than me, right? And I've hosted a homecoming party before, a couple years ago, but it was a grown folks party. I don't want to hang out with these young ass kids. We ain't got shit in common. She's doing a party for the jits because that's who listens to her bullshit podcast. I was about to say, damn, bud. No, she doesn't do anything. Her biggest thing was that she was beefing with the biggest thing she did in music is she was beefing with Boss Man D-Lo because his original freestyle, the song that everybody likes, even was that she used that or something or tried to help promote it. And they were going back and forth or whatever. And I'm like, but Boss Man D-Lo is young.
Right.
And I'm like, you arguing with a little ass boy. And it's some sexual things in nature, which again shows me that women don't give a fuck about pedophilia because they're the biggest pedophiles. They only care, like nobody gives a fuck about young boys being molested. But anyways, Tia Kemp, instead of celebrating her own son, she's going with the ops. I don't need a mother like that. That's fucking with the ops. But I'll say this. She got everything she wanted from Charleston White. Charleston White be having time with his little glass eye having ass, man. I don't want to get no back and forth with Charleston White, man. But now I need you to click on this because I'm tired of delaying this. This is taking over. Like, again, I'm not a hater. I hate Dion, but I don't hate Dion's hustle. This man dropped this, and it's on fire. It's like 50 Cent in 2003.
I gotta see.
It's everywhere, dog.
They look kind of fire, though.
When this shoe came out, when I was a jit, it was one of the most fire. I had a pair of these white, like, so where the black is, that was garnet.
Okay.
Everything else was white. FS shoe, those were our turfs. And when I was doing my combine training, I was working out in those. So I had those in 2006. I'm mad because the bubble bust. I was working out when the bubble, like, that's how people don't know the amount of force you really do. And that's when I learned that that's bullshit technology that Nike was selling us. Like, even with the Air Max and all that other stuff that they make you feel like you got, bro, you were basically working out in high heels. It is never an opportunity where it's great for your ankle to be elevated in training. It's not good. Not with running and doing agility stuff. But anyways, they've dropped this. I got 4 kids. I have 6 running backs at Mandarin between JV and varsity. 2 of them have the Deons.
Already.
And them motherfuckers clean as shit. I've said that I want a pair. So let's click on this. Let's click on the link. I need to see if there's what they got available. That's a great question. What is it going? We'll find all the answers now. We'll find out more on Dragon Ball Z. Or right now, the media group. 170.
That's reasonable.
This motherfucker. Man, then it did. They sold out to every man with real feet.
Yeah, they sold out the real size.
Man, fuck Dion, man.
Hey, right, perfect for me.
This is why I hate this, man.
That's 10.
It's 10. It's
11.
women 11 and a half. This is why Dion gets the hate. Like, look at it. There's no 12s.
Dang. Give me a 10 and a half. I'll squeeze. But...
Yo, you had no funny thing about angles and stuff. So there's this Florida State women on Twitter are by far, like, the only group that's probably better is FAMU Twitter. Like, it's some bad women in Florida State Twitter. We had one that everybody liked at first, but then she went through this process. Her name was Bree. And the group chat called her McNugget at first, but she was cute ass, short, chunky girl. But she went back after college. You know, she had been going through some things, lost all of her weight, lost the weight, got bad, got even badder because she was cute, chunky. Like, she wasn't fat, she just was short and chunky, little stocky. Nothing wrong with that. Got bad. COVID happens, moves, and she does the thing that broke everybody's heart. So found a boo thing, then got pregnant, got married, got 2 kids now. Now she off the market. Now we got to wait 10 years.
For a divorce?
Well, I mean, divorce for her to start feeling like, you know, she's not getting the attention anymore. Then she kind of starts coming back on the scene. You got to get used to the kid flow. Like, you don't know, especially when you got 2 young ones. You got to breastfeed one and do all these other different things. But I said that to say there was one, I think her name is Christy, and she's the Christy Love or something like that. She's dope. Real good young lady. Adorable. These young women are cute to me because they're so fucking young. But she posted a picture of some shoes that she had, and I was like, hey, man, hold up, dog. You can't be 5'2" with a size 12 shoe.
Oh, damn, like a hobbit.
That's what I was like, man, how big are your goddamn feet? And I'm sitting here like, you can't have, as a man, I can't have a woman where we could go, like, where she could go sneak in my shoe closet.
Track her in the snow.
Like, but she doesn't, it turns out that her feet are actually, it was a bad picture. Her feet are normal sized, but for a petite woman. But somebody asked a question in the chat before we get to Miami stuff. They said, could Ja'Cory Brown have learned from Cam Ward? And yes, I think he could have. I just think Miami fans are toxic, but they're not toxic like Florida State fans. And that'll lead me to my question of the day for Fuck It Friday is, I'll let y'all think about this while I go back and answer Kenny's question. What do y'all with some of the trolls, and I'm for trolling, right? What do you really accomplish with the trolling? Like, because last night I saw there were 3 Miami fans that went on an FSU podcast with Sporadics, and they spent an entire hour boosting the algorithm. So they were commenting, they were talking about the U, they were doing all these different things. Like, it was 9:00 at night. It's time to put your kids to bed. If you have a significant other or you got some good vagina next to you, you're supposed to be rolling over and trying to rub on some booty, rub on some cheeks. Like, did you tell your girl? Like, she's telling you to come to bed, baby. Nah. I gotta type this for these Florida State fans to know that they suck today. I'm like, it's like, I get like middle of the day. I get some of the stuff. I get like, but like you literally made a concerted effort to go to I get trolling, like right now, a lot of people are probably going to go back and see some of my DJU stuff, or I know for a fact they're going to go back and find the old ass Miami shit when I was right. But like, I get that because that might have just popped on your timeline. I get doing mine because we talk about more than Florida. This is not a Florida State show right here.
Yeah.
But when you go to another show to like, what is the intrinsic value that you get? Like, does it boost your self-esteem?
It must be that. Because
I know this, for guys who get paid, I don't give a fuck. Please do that. Actually, when I first started, the headline, I didn't write the headlines of my articles, but my articles were written in a manner in which to cause a response. And I told one dude, he was trying to troll me, and I said, man, I really appreciate you, dog. You're one of my biggest fans. I was like, because every time you retweet my article and you say some crazy shit, your fans click on it, and then they say some crazy shit, and it goes viral. And I was buying Yeezys a lot then. I was like, and it lets me buy another pair of Yeezys because I get paid per click. You know what? Like, as a black man to black man, I want to tell you I appreciate you. And but outside of that part, because I know the value that we would get, but I am curious at times, like, hey, like, do your loved ones know this about you? Because like, I would be concerned. But the man asked me, do I think Ja'Curry should have left? I personally think Ja'Curry should have stayed. I think it would have been good for him. I actually think Ja'Curry Brown is not as bad of a quarterback as what Miami fans were thinking, but I think he left because he felt the disrespect, and it probably wasn't explained well to him. And he went to UCF, which I think will be fine for him, but here's what I think Miami will do, or they're going to have to do again next year anyway. And they may hit, they may not. But Cam Ward looks like he's hit right now. And they will push forward and do pretty decent this year. But I do know for a fact Reese's Peanut Butter Puff, Luke Nickel, I know they don't like Luke Nickel. I know for a fact they don't like Luke Nickel. And I'm not going to go into the details, but just know I'm close to a quarterback that they'll take his commitment right now with one leg and push Luke Nickel out. They also aren't as sold on the kid who Miami fans really got mad at me about with the 1.1 to 1 touchdown interception of Judd, whatever Judd is. It's not Judd Anderson. Anyways, those guys needed time to develop. So Ja'Curry would have been the guy, is what I'm saying. But kudos to them. But yeah, I do believe he made the wrong decision. But anyways, going back to that was something I was curious about. But we can go to the to the next thing. I sent you an email to that we got to put that on the show for Trey's stuff. Oh damn, we almost there. But we could just put that on the copy it and then have it stream across the thing or put it in the comments. NFL started yesterday though. Great game, fun game. Hopefully, we got 22 people in the pigskin pick'em. Right now, not all of you are in number one, but we got a lot of guys up there. I'm going to read. Primo, I got you today. Fatal Jedi says split it, so I gave him his part. I got to give you yours. Right now, it is 13 people tied for number one overall. The rest of y'all don't know what you pick. I don't know why y'all picked the Ravens. Knowing good damn well you should have picked the Kansas City Chiefs, but they won. The fantasy football league is also started. I got 7 points. I'm going up against Rod Bostic. I wonder what we should do a thing on the fantasy football, like a little weekly recap. Now that people are going head to head.
That's cool. I always
Boy, till dog, Xavier Worthy balled out too for KC. Mom's so goddamn fine, boy. Ooh, Jesus. I got Joe. So they'll let me know. Oh, Blake Corum, get the fuck out of here. What? Ugh. Ew. Damn. I'm fucked at the running back position. I need another running back. Man, I can't have two running. This is where using the automatic draft messes you up. But I got Joe Burrow as my quarterback. Blake Corum, and he don't look like he doing nothing. Williams from Javonte Williams for the Broncos. Justin Jefferson. Now, what I did do, now this is a gamble, right? Here's a huge gamble. I took out Micah Pittman. He's got 15.6 points that he's expected to get. The reason why is because while as this show we are unapologetic Anthony Richardson fans, I don't trust Anthony Richardson to be a thrower of the football right now. So I'm benching him and I'm putting Brian Thomas Jr. with the Jaguars. Is my Jaguar bias coming through right now? I just feel like he's gonna catch a bomb. Jalen's hamstring is hurting him. I just feel like there's opportunities. I have McBride from the Falcons. From the Cardinals. I have Devontae Smith as my flex guy. And then I have the Chargers defense. At backup quarterbacks, though, I have Will Levis, which I'm not confident in, and I have Bryce Young, which I'm definitely not confident in. I need to hit the portal. I need to hit free agency. This team isn't going to hold up well for my Sports Den league. I'm trying to win this money so that I ain't got to pay y'all. So make sure you did that. Make sure you put your college football pick'ems in. Look, funny things happen with teams and their social media. Their social media teams. We're big parts of this. I like to see things every now and then. I may tell Jaden, hey, take that down for a little bit. Now that he's doing more of our social media, I may say this, but like for the most part, you got to let him have autonomy. But this should not have stayed up as long as it did. We'll go back to that. Oh damn, I didn't.
Was it a continuation?
No. It was damn. Go to my go to my page on Twitter. Like you're right there. You can just click on because it's a video anyway. Scroll down. I thought I sent it to you. Kid looked like Corey Holcomb in that picture. Damn. I thought maybe I didn't send it. My fault. But don't worry about it. We can't see it. Look up Lamar Jackson's touchdown. Like the touchdown, or go to Baltimore Ravens. That's it. We'll go to Baltimore Ravens Twitter, and we'll find it on that more than likely. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, not on my Twitter.
Yeah, I am now. I'm curious. Why is that trending? Why is it going viral? Go ahead. Go check that out. See who that is. All right. Anyways, well, fuck it. We'll find out the other stuff. I do need that video though. It's the Baltimore Ravens. It was up. Let's see if it's still up.
All right.
Just browse. It's right there. Ravens. Let's see. They probably done took it down now. Keep going. Keep going. It was from last night, so we got a little bit of time. Yep, right here. Yep. So put that up there. Yeah, man. They say the NFL, they say football in general is a game of inches. And I just thought about we're gonna have to end up deleting this anyway, but that Dwayne Johnson, I wanted to talk about that so bad. The kid who that's the Oklahoma. Yeah. I don't believe it. Because the clap. If you found out you had to clap like I thought I saw on Wednesday. You take some penicillin and it should clear up pretty good, man. Like he's a really good running back. That's the one who got the DUI. And the coach said, I mean, who hasn't drank a little bit and got behind the wheel? But Lamar Jackson, I didn't realize that this play was as exciting as it was. Great opening game for the NFL. But the Baltimore Ravens put touchdown Baltimore. And this is still up on their socials, which it should have been taken down.
No, the community note says it. No, it's
which
not.
Is funny. I love the community notes on Twitter. It's hilarious. You pick up 95. You should be ashamed of yourself. And
Dang.
You see the shoes?
Oh, funny.
So we'll freeze it on that if we can. This is crazy. He's so fast. All right, go back a little. Un poquito. All right. So it looks like he's in right there. They actually zoomed in on this shit. Man, a toenail is on the white.
Mm-hmm.
It's like crazy how it's insane.
I don't know what a catch is anymore. What about contact doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter. He has to have 2 feet in.
Yeah, he didn't have 2 feet in. Technically.
I mean, if they would have given him, like in old school, that's a touchdown.
Yeah.
But like, that's terrible, man. That's awful. I feel awful for the guy, but you know, that's the way the game is. But again, if that's the first game, I can't wait to watch all of these other games, Dolphins, Jags, all of this other different stuff. I definitely think Nebraska's beating Colorado too, Luke. There's a lot of other games. Actually, you know, let's go ahead and talk about that. Well, no, let's talk about the NFL first. I want to do my pigskin pick'em with you guys. So, Luke, you guys got to click the link, and if you have an ESPN account, you should be able to do this. Right now, I'm in 100 percentile because I'm 1-0, but everybody's 1-0. All right, Green Bay versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I got Philly.
Me too. Me too.
So I'm going with Philly. Hopefully they get that because I don't want to pay you guys $50. Now, here's a wild one. And everybody tells me that everybody hates. I'm picking this because of Sierra's husband. I'm picking the Pittsburgh Steelers over the Atlanta Falcons. Apparently, 73% of the people have picked the Falcons. The Falcons, they got Kirk Cousins, right?
But he's hurt.
But he's hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt. So they have.
So they got to play Penix?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that. Y'all are stupid. The Arizona Cardinals versus the Buffalo Bills. I am picking my stepson. Not my stepson. I'm picking my son.
He said Kirk is playing.
Oh, shit. I thought Kirk got hurt for some reason. Now, here's a wild one for me. The Titans versus the Bears. 84% of people are picking the Bears. I'm picking the Tennessee Titans. Miles is going to like this one. I like Jacoby Brisket. But I might change this one, though. Damn it. The Bengals are playing the Patriots at home. 97% of the people have picked. Is this my black man bias? I want the brother to win. I need the brother in Boston to win.
I don't think he is.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. The Houston Texans is playing the Indianapolis Anthony Richardsons. I picked the Texans. The Jacksonville Jaguars playing the Miami Dolphins. For those who don't know, of the quarterbacks drafted in his draft, Tua is like on the bottom of that with the best talents and the best weapons.
Yeah, cousin should be playing.
I'm going with Jerry and Jones and the crew. We fucking them up. Somebody's winning in Miami from North Florida. It's going to be the Jaguars. The Minnesota Vikings play the New York Giants. I don't think the New York Giants, football Giants, are good at anything. So I'm picking the Vikings. Las Vegas Raiders versus the Chargers. Chargers I'm going with. The Broncos versus the Seahawks. I'm going with the Broncos. The Browns versus the Cowboys. For some God's forsaken reason, I'm picking the Browns. The Buccaneers versus the Commanders. Go Bucks. The Rams versus the Lions. I don't know why, but I'm picking the Rams. Well, the way you just said that, I'm switching to the Lions. And the New York Jets play the San Francisco 49ers. They're not playing 2 Monday night games this year?
No, I think that's the only Monday night game.
Yeah, that's the only Monday night game. I'm just shocked. Normally but they also never had the Friday night game before. So the Friday night game in Brazil. So, yeah, that's what I'm going with that. But we got more NFL stuff here. Please make sure you tune into our NFL show. Click the like button on my Jaguar show. People, it helps. It's just not me, but it helps. We'll go to some of the other things we got, Miles. They were talking about the game. Roddy White noticed the 74 for the Chiefs is lined up in the backfield every play. Gotta blow it up. Baltimore, every play, and they called that on Baltimore the whole first drive. The NFL is funny. For those who don't know, that's Juwan Taylor. Juwan Taylor played at the University of Florida, was a second-round draft pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Not only did he do that often for the Jags and get called for it, he also false starts every play. He's lined up damn near as a slot receiver, and he's jumping before. That bitch is not going to let you beat him with speed. So I'm glad everybody else noticed that about Juwan, but it fucking worked. He's done it all last year. They called him a couple times last year on it, but that motherfucker making a lot of money at right tackle. So kudos to him for finding the sweep. Now, before we click on that one, Miles, scroll down and let's listen to Ethan Bonner. This is why I'm picking the Jags. Now, Luke might not like this. This is why we need to get rid of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Inclusion has us doing things that don't make any sense. History of the NFL, we've had very few white DBs. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles have 3, I believe, or they may have a whole secondary set where they can have 4 white DBs. That's entirely too many. But we're gonna play this, and then we saw again. Don't blame me. It was a white podcast with 2 white brothers that play in the NFL that made this statement. But we'll go, or no, it might have been Busting with the Boys. It was Busting with the Boys. It was Busting with the Boys. But no, both of them said it. But we'll go. Let's listen to Ethan Bonner. Very white name.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. Any opportunity I have to go out there, I'm going to try to take advantage of it. So, yeah, I'm definitely excited.
Any advice from either Kendall or Jalen that they've given you to?
I haven't really talked to those guys a lot about that yet. But just go out there and play your game. Probably.
Are you preparing to start?
Yeah, I'm going to be prepared to do whatever I'm asked. If that is to go out there and start, I'll be ready to go out there and execute.
Now, there's a Twitter follower that I've gained who is amazing. I don't know if he plays flag football. I don't know what he does, but he may play 36U. But OG Lightskins on IG, he's a light-skinned football player that talks and makes all he's the one when we did the first black quarterback to ever play, and Miles the camera. But he's going to have a skit for this. Mr. Go 30 is going to have a skit for this. But this is supposedly one of the starting DBs for the Miami Dolphins. So can we put what this is what's going to happen with Trevor Lawrence when he goes over there and sees Ethan Bonner. It's natural. It's innate. This is how I know it's not racism. He is going to go milk check. He's going to be like, it's spoiled over there. Brian Thomas. That's why I'm picking Brian Thomas. If Press Taylor is worth half of his weight in salt, his ass is going to line up. We're going to motion and get this young man over Brian Thomas Jr. And if Brian Thomas Jr. is worth the first round pick, he's going to go off. I got to do what's the pick the thing where you can bet nothing but the options, not options. What is it called? Player props. Is it? I forgot the name. Oh no, in Florida we have to use Hard Rock now, right? We can't use anything else other than Hard Rock now, right?
You can use Prize Picks.
We can use Prize Picks still.
Yeah, I used Prize Picks last night.
All right, I'm gonna go and try to do a little bit of Prize Picks just to keep myself engaged in all of this because I'm happy this weekend. You know why I'm happy this weekend? There's no possible way Florida. There's no losses that are going to happen for me. Unless Jesus himself comes and plays running back for Sandalwood. We're going to beat the fuck out of them. I'm sorry to that lady for saying Jesus and fuck again. I didn't mean it like that, but it's just words. We're going to beat the hell out of Sandalwood. I can tell you that much. And my son's team's playing Oak Leaf. We should win those games too. I cover the Jags. I don't care if they win or not, but it'll be nice. But the teams I care about can't lose because Florida State's got a bye week. It's awesome. I may go ahead and do a little. I need some disappointment. Man, I'll throw a couple $100 on a game or two or something like this. So good. I'm glad Jalen's not playing. Him and his hamstrings. Go to the next thing. Milk check. Oh, but Busting with the Boys, they had somebody on it called a milk check. So like you go and you look and you see a white person and you call it. But the Kelsey twins, Jason said he noticed that when they played teams with white DBs, there weren't a lot of them. Like you never see the guys that like he's like he was just talking about that. That was funny. Now here's something that we're going to talk about because we talk about these on the shows. Dave Chappelle had this thing where you have to talk about art in context. He said, don't just say I said something about transgenders, tell the whole joke. Whatever offense, because the offense might not be as offensive as you think. One of the things that the community has to take, right, is jokes. You want to be normal. You want to be treated like everybody else. Ain't nobody above these jokes. And one of the things that happens is I am tired of y'all calling black men homophobic. Nobody is homo. No, we aren't. We don't care. All we care about is, can you make a tackle? Can you throw a ball? Can you make a catch? And we'll say some random wild shit that just so happens to be your affiliation to the whatever community. You can be like, Jaden, what Hispanic or what is like what are you?
Me, you asking me what
Yes,
I am?
yes.
No. I'm half I'm like Caribbean American, so my dad's from Trinidad and my mom's black.
Okay,
But he's
so
not Hispanic.
oh, bad Caribbean. Fine, that's fine. Because your last name,
because
is not tradition. That's not what we would see with Caribbeans.
because my dad's family is Muslim.
Okay, so there we go.
Yeah.
All right. So how we would talk about you in the locker room, right? We'd be like, you one of them new niggas. Like if you weren't around when 9/11 happened, people called that because they were like, cool. As black people, we were straight for a minute. All the attention left us. And everything went to the Muslims. And it didn't even matter what kind of Muslim you were. My grandmother's one of the worst. She called everybody Talibans. Indians, like whatever it is. So what we would say is we would be like, yo, man, like, yo, little Ishmael went over here is balling. Little Osama's out there, he's out there, or they'll call you a terrorist or some shit like that. Does that mean they're Islamophobic? Or is it that just happens to be what you are? They call people nicknames based upon things like the locker room's nickname, and you don't get to pick your nickname in the locker room. Somebody gives it to you. Nicknames are earned, and sometimes they are ill-spirited. Or even in communities, like with the one of the biggest mob bosses' nickname was the Chin. You think he got nicknamed the Chin because his chin wasn't big? Just saying, like, it's like some shit happened. But I hate this stuff, but like the NFL Commander's VP of content labels black Commander players homophobic and NFL players dumb as hell, which is ironic when you call, I'm assuming he's a gay man, but then you say players are stupid or dumb, and he calls fan high school educated alcoholics. During an undercover date with an O'Keefe media journalist, Rael Entin, whatever, the direct. Oh, they even put his name on that bit. What is it? Oh, he protected his tweets. That is a smart man. Now that's what I hate. You threw a stone and now you hide your hand. He's caught on camera saying most of the NFL fans, I would say, are high school educated alcoholics, which might be true. Liking them to mouth breathers. Etienne goes on to characterize NFL fans as violent, saying there's fights in the stands all the time. Happens in soccer, happens in a lot of sports. When asked to describe Commanders players, a big chunk is very low-income African Americans that come from a community that is inherently very homophobic. He further explains, I love hip-hop. Hip-hop is very homophobic. It's a cultural thing that I hope gets better. Etienne also criticized the NFL Progressive Initiative as performative, stating that their social justice efforts are performance for the sake of public perception. When asked about the NFL's commitment to Black Lives Matter, pride, diversity, equity, and inclusion, he bluntly replies, it's to make as much money as possible. I have no problem with that. Further denounces NFL commissioner as a $50 million puppet controlled by the owners. Proceeds to accuse Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys, whom he claims really runs the NFL, of harboring deep-seated biases, saying, I think he hates gay people and black people. Let's listen to what he said. And it's terrible to get recorded privately, but at the end of the day, to quote one of our greatest minds in American history, Kanye West, he says, don't ever fix your lips like collagen to say something where you're going to end up apologizing. So just speak your truth. So let's listen to what this guy,
Over 50% of our roster.
Well,
Okay, just.
Well, You said you could?
Yeah, so I've been looking up on this. I didn't see this actual video, but I've been reading on.
All right, well, let's
Walk me
listen.
through again your breakdown, your description of the Commanders players.
Over 50% of our roster, right, is either white religious, and God says, fuck the gays. Meet Rael Enti, the vice president of content for the Washington Commanders. Another big chunk is very low income African American that comes from a community that is inherently very homophobic. Rael Enti goes on to say some of the NFL players are, quote, dumb as all hell.
Would you say most people who work at the NFL, with you as the exception of your former boss, would you say that they're just not very smart?
There's just obviously a spectrum, but
Yeah.
I've met some very.
I hate when people say football players are
What about,
dumb.
like, the
Do you know
players?
how hard it is to digest a playbook?
There's some that
You might not be smart like
Commanders
speak
VP
the
of
American
content,
English, the
Rael
Queen's
Enti,
English very well, but
discussed his
goddamn, you ain't
disdain
dumb.
for NFL fans
They are.
to our OMG American Swiper, stating they are, quote, high school
Oh, this woman,
educated
no.
alcoholics
They attack.
and
Like this is an
mouth
undercover date.
Most of the fans, I would say, are high school educated alcoholics.
So they're like lower class people.
I hate to use that term. I would just say mouth breathers. I know it's way worse. He revealed that his job is to essentially operate, quote, state-run media. My job is to sell hope
It
to the
is
fans,
the
right?
truth
I need them
now.
buying tickets. When there's not much hope to sell, I still gotta dig deep to find it.
Why do you think there's not much hope to sell right now?
Because we had like pipes leaking sewage on our fans in the middle of the game. And I have to put out a social post saying, like, it wasn't sewage water, we promised. That is state-run media. Our OMG American Swiper,
I'm not gonna lie, I like this dude. He's funny.
content for the Washington
Tell the truth.
football team, Rael Enti, and his
I'm
knowledge
intrigued.
and opinion of NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell,
Them 10 minutes.
calling him a
people.
$50 million puppet.
What about Roger?
Oh yeah, he's a puppet, a $50 million puppet.
I am Roger Goodell, Commissioner of the
talking like
National
the
Football
boss
League,
player.
and I'm here today to discuss the NFL's efforts to promote safe and respectful workplaces.
Yeah, on a
But
date.
you know what though? This is what makes it worse. This is why you can't. This is what we.
The National
So
Football
he's
League
talking
has
about
been
black
watched by
community.
millions over the years.
This is what we call
It's been
pillow
one of
talking.
America's favorite
Yeah.
pastimes for decades.
Except
But in recent years, the Washington Commanders have been in the news, mainly for their infamous name change from the Redskins to the Commanders and the scandal surrounding their past owner, Dan Snyder. We decided to investigate the Washington Commanders and the NFL. This brings us to our newest investigation into the NFL and the Washington Commanders. Meet Rael Enti, the vice president of content for the
There you go.
Washington Commanders.
Oh, yeah. How many times
Enti
you
has been with the Washington Commanders for 4 years and was with the New York Jets for 2 years. As
Oh, he's
stated
been
on
with
his
the Jet?
LinkedIn,
Oh, he's
he
been
is
doing
a
this for a minute.
social and digital media strategist, content creator,
You know when people say people
storyteller,
are stupid, when
writer,
they do like
editor,
really stupid things.
multimedia journalist, and brand
This is one
marketer.
of those times.
Rael Enti revealed further to our OMG American Swiper about his job title and what he does for the Washington Commanders football
I'm
team.
not gonna
So
lie.
remind me again, what do you do for the team?
Chief Media Group is saying
VP of
OMG is a
content.
phenomenal
And
market.
what does that entail?
Because like I like that. That's like one of the original
What type of
like
content?
what do you call it, shorthand things. OMG.
Acronyms?
Yeah, acronym.
Everything from memes on TikTok to an hour-long documentary show. That's the two things that I teach.
Yeah. And so that's all under you. So you come up with the concept
Right.
and then the
What's
execution
wild
and
is
everything.
he's probably like cushy speech for your job
Yeah.
and to get some pussy.
You've been at
He's
the
losing.
Washington Commanders for 4 years. And where were you before?
Was that the XFL startup football league?
Oh, that's right. And then what about before that?
Before that.
Rael Enti, the vice president of content for the Washington Commanders, met our OMG American Swiper on the dating app Hinge. The VP of content for the Washington Commanders was asked about his breakdown of the Commanders players, and oddly,
That's
he started to
Hinge.
attack the character of his own players, calling them,
Just-
quote,
yeah, just
I thought,
homophobic.
but what's
And he
the
stated
gay?
the rest of his players are,
No.
quote,
No.
low-income
Bumble's gay?
African Americans.
No, I
who
thought
come from a
Bumble's the one where the
community
women
that is
are the
inherently
aggressors.
very homophobic, unquote.
Hit.
Rael
The gay
Enti
one
goes
is
on to
like-
say some of the NFL players are,
Because they were
quote,
saying like
dumb
they were
as
fucking-
all hell.
Not
Okay,
saying
so
that
just
they
walk
were
me through again
fucking
your
rich,
breakdown.
like, they were
Your
saying, like, they were
description of the
showing
Commanders players.
where the hot spots were, and it was like right in that area.
DC.
No, it was in like Milwaukee.
Really? Wow.
Or was it Missouri? It was Missouri. It was in Missouri.
Oh, cool.
Which was crazy. I was like, yo, they wild. But I always tell like the one of the keys to know if somebody's really struggling with something is how hard they fight and how offended they get.
sure you want to search that?
I don't want don't make sure like dude, because you're gonna get all kind like so what's crazy is the things that we've talked about. So we talked about a living color yesterday, right?
Yes.
Or the other day. You know how many in living color things I've seen on IG now?
yeah. The phone is
Grinder is the game.
Grinder.
I knew it
That's
was
it. It was
something.
Grinder. Do you know how like we talked about I said we talked about the pimp named Slickback thing. And I was like, has not slapping the bitch worked? I mean, scientifically speaking, has not slapping the bitch achieved the desired result, which is what this guy should be thinking about right now. I say that, and I kid you not, right when I left, that popped up. That scene popped. I sent it to Jaden.
Yeah. Great show.
Really?
I'm like, dude, I haven't seen that clip in years. It's
a little scary.
It's scary because it was that one. But yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, Polo Kid puts it. This is when so I haven't been in this. I never do anything traditional. Well, I guess none of this shit is traditional. But like I saw this guy and I shared it on Facebook. And he talked about this lady came on crying about she did this speed dating thing. And she was like, it was 90% women and no men. And the guy was just like, yo, the men who could qualify to get y'all don't need to go to speed dating, one.
Oh.
And the men who would go to speed dating get turned down every day. Why would you go to a place to get turned down faster in record time by a bunch of different women? Like, so that's why they stay to themselves, which is why the statistics state that women say all men are dogs, but y'all date 30% of the male population and procreate with that.
I could never do that. You seen that balloon bursting?
Oh, I would know.
Oh, the 20v1.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's wild, yo.
Man
or the female. And the women and what's sad is
hey, I'm a doctor. Like
the guy's dressed well and he's the pop. I need my man with a little bit of spice. You ain't got no dreads. You ain't got that. I'm like, them the dudes that's gonna hurt you. Like, why don't you like the nice guy?
It's because that's advertising.
People keep saying nice guys, and nice guys finish last, man.
They perpetuate.
You only get Sierra after the kids.
I feel like if you're a nice guy, you should just stick to yourself.
Yeah, or play the long game. Like I'm gonna tell Trey, play the long game. Once you get what Little Duval said a couple of years ago was one of the realest statements ever. He said 40. I'm saying 35. As a male, when you hit 35, if you got a little bit of money in the bank, you got all of this different stuff, man, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be able to go 10 years down or 10 years up. Just don't do anything wild. But like, it's hard out here for them. But like, even this man right here, who should not have any things that he's like looking at. Like, he's got money. I'm assuming he's got pretty decent credit, decent education. And like, he's out here feeling like I gotta. But I say all that to say, because Polo Kid put up, why is the first mistake is she's more concerned, more interested in your job than you.
That's what I was. He's probably been lonely, just waiting for someone to be interested in his work.
And you just got used.
Yeah.
She's so federal though. I don't know how he didn't sniff it out.
Right.
Because she's probably
drinks,
pretty. Though. They're drinking.
Yeah.
The way she forms her questions, though,
it's a very journalist. Yeah, very journalistic. Like, no random bitch is just asking you these things.
But think you work in this job and you just never get to. This is such a niche position that you don't get to talk to, especially women, unless you know women who are deep into. But he would have to date someone like Sheena, to talk this kind of talk.
That's true, and yeah, and he would not be. Like, and Sheena's not interested in guys like this. Like,
I don't think he would be tall enough.
He feels short.
Yeah.
And he has the picture. I know that's probably his Hinge profile pic too. The one on the beach with the dog in the water. Yeah. Like, oh, poor guy.
I'm not poor. He got bread. He'll be fine. But
he's gonna get fired.
That's the part where I want.
Yeah, he's gonna
discuss.
He's not fired.
I don't know because he's suspended currently. later on the line, they're gonna find some type of package to get him out of
Oh, he'll
there.
get some
I know
pay.
for reception.
But here's what you can't do.
It's illegal though.
Right. That's
What?
what I'm saying.
The
This-
recording?
this
Yeah.
information
So it is illegal to record somebody against their permission and to blackmail them
in certain states.
in certain states. But it's not. So it's illegal for like he could sue OMG for this. But what you can't do, like, so all right, we'll talk about him. I haven't talked about this. So at Mandarin right now, we're dealing with something similar. Not like to this extent, but we had a coach get fired last week. Great coach.
Yeah. He has been fired. It's been
Okay.
confirmed.
Okay.
He's been fired.
So, but here's what happened is the parent recorded the coach cursing at their child. They did it like they did it like Army sniper, like phone laying on the ground. Like the maximum zoomage you can get, and they call it Monsters Island, where he goes over to a corner, and like even to get the audio from where the parents have to be at, like it has to be like that motherfucker damn near put a roadcaster mic on his son for him to be able to get that. But what happens is the parents went to the top and threatened to leak this to the media.
Okay.
If this was just said, you can suspend, you can send through counseling, you can do it through a lot of different things, but it's out. And you have to protect not this person as well as the interest of your organization. He talked about black players. Not sure if anybody recognizes this, but it's a lot of black people on that football field. And you can't, and he's in charge of content. And he literally just said, well, if there's sewage water coming in, I have to lie. Like, right. Bitch, now you fucking like, what if, now I'm wondering if I'm a Commanders fan, damn, that was so, that's what that was? I knew it smelled stank.
I have to go back. I was following this yesterday, and at the time he had just been suspended because they were still filing out what they were going to do.
They got to suspend you first.
Yeah,
typically,
they're firing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never had a real job. But from what I've seen in these things, typically after the suspension, unless you're a police officer and you shot somebody, the suspension typically leads to a firing. They just got to go through HR. They got to go through. They got to get it all.
It was a 1 day suspension.
Yeah, to have it happen so fast, the interesting thing to me is now what precedent does it set for journalists now? Like, we're already in the sewage with social media. This lady, I mean, this is beyond going past journalistic. This is moral responsibilities where you're really entrapping somebody. Now she's just put OMG on the map to become the new what's the one that used to be a French media, the tabloid one, TMZ that legitimized his name. They can start in the sewer and then come back up, but maybe the sewer is just where they make their bread. This can't be the precedent for journalism from now on. This is awful,
bro. It is literally. This is what it's what people like. TMZ started it, and they got like. Did you see what they did for? I couldn't listen to it. They got the 911 call for Rich Homie Quan.
Oh,
something happened to Rich Homie Quan?
You didn't know he died?
Where the fuck were you at,
bro?
He died yesterday.
He took like a bad pill.
Bad pills, fentanyl.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Lifestyle.
Damn, Miles.
Damn. Why? I mean, damn.
I'm not gonna lie. When I read it though, like I really wasn't surprised.
Really?
Rappers popping
because like my generation,
y'all wow.
Like we see so many rappers die. It's like
your generation.
It's like fake pill. Oh, that's pretty normal.
Your generation's junkies. Y'all really bad.
There's so many people that die.
Like just what y'all come up with. Bath salts. Was it Molly was basically crack at the time? Like I'm just sitting here thinking of all the different things. I'm like you just like I actually so as a mentor to some of my kids, I said, hey man, if you just gotta smoke weed, let me know. I'll get you some weed, bro.
Just to keep them safe.
Well, no, it's not because like you don't know what's out here, man.
That is true.
I will walk in.
That's a good stat.
Oh man, listen, guys, I'm telling you, dog.
Hey, man.
You know what? You know what? You know how this wouldn't have like that guy right there. You know, talk about passport bros all you want. A bitch from the DR would have never got him jammed up like that, and he wouldn't have had to do all of that. He'd have had to get us some arroz con pollo
and the translator, but
you don't even need that. Google Translate, they got apps and shit now.
Man, it's so much easier. I could advise him so well. I wish I was just his homie.
That was Rich Homie Quan that did that. I know.
Yeah.
Man, damn.
I only know from that. Some D's on it.
No, that's not Rich Homie Quan.
Oh, that's
clearly not Rich Homie Quan.
How is it clearly who? Then who's who?
No, that is. I'm trying to think who that is.
Not
One, Rich Homie Quan is darker complected. That's a light skinned dude. Great song though.
They all kind of not good rappers. I put them all in one basket. They're one hit wonders.
Like some kind of way. That's who Rich Homie Quan.
Type of way make you feel some type of way.
Really?
I know song made me feel like rich boy. He says it in the song.
Rich. Okay, come on now. I am 30.
But you said, but it is rich. It's rich though. But the rich, I get you that.
Yeah, I'm 36. I'm not young anymore. I can't keep up with all these dudes.
Rich this, little that.
Yeah.
Like there's 5 babies.
They're not good.
They're just like bubblegum stuff. Those some D's was dope though. That was but that was when I was coming out of college.
Well, is he still alive?
I don't know. He ain't heard from him. He might be dead. Who knows? I'm quick to kill somebody off, man. Like I thought I killed CJ Spiller and I met him. I was like, yeah, CJ Spiller's dead. They're like, no, he's not. He's not.
Yeah, Rip Rich Homie Quan.
That song, I know. I feel like I know what he know, but I don't know, because it was just like I know. Like he was pointing at him. I know. Like even in the construction of a chorus, like so when I was in high school, like middle school, I wanted to be a rapper, right? So I have these books somewhere in my mom's house where I was writing songs. You craft a chorus. Like the chorus is the hardest part to craft. The verse is easy, especially unless you're trying to tell a story. But like even in like just this is what he wrote. I know. But how does he know to say I know? How long do you know? How many O's do you need in the know? You waited. You say you is. Just know that I know. What was sad is a lady put in the comments. It was sad, but it was dark and it was funny at the same time. And she said, "I know for a fact. I just bought these tickets for this concert. You're gonna be doing in 2 days." People don't even. They want to work you in death. Somebody said he's the one dude. Angelo CJ's on clips and staff. Oh man, Polo was like rich boy is alive. He tried to make a comeback in Alabama.
With light bright.
Light bright. That motherfucker lighter than a motherfucker, dog. And he was doing that T.I. look. Everybody was all the light skinned dudes were trying to look like T.I. But anyways, this right here is crazy because this guy is teaching, and that may be something I need to do. Jada, you gave me this list of shit. You gotta hold me accountable. We gotta start doing the shit that you put on the list. I'd be forgetting. But I do think we need to find topics like this and just do one-offs. Like, even if it's just like 10, 15 minutes, or it's just breaking down sports news or whatever, play it in the background and then just talk about that. Because there's like a lot of shit that I can't put in a fucking show about sports, but this is crazy.
It's only the second date. He gave all this up on the second date.
He ain't even kissed it. He ain't even smelt it yet.
He was already making plans in his head, like, okay, I can take her on this vacation.
Hey, he's on the dating app for a reason, man. He got trouble finding something.
How do you need it? But it used to be so much more. Well, I've never really had issues, but it used to be harder. You used to have to actually go to somebody and say, "What is your name?" He does, man. Like hey, man, let's do. Like, where's the investigation, man? I got it. Like, and I've had some wild stories. I told one of my friends. I've told the stories on this before. We had the one chick that had like 4 names.
Oh yeah.
We had then there was a dark skinned chick with 3 names. Then there was like all kinds of different. Just I don't know what the fuck. But and then them bitches got the nerve to tell people they lying. Your whole life is a lie. But I don't move fast for any. I don't move like that's like, and this is why.
Yeah.
I have stock. I can make you. I've lived. There's a lot of information about me that's public knowledge. I'll give you all of that. But like certain, like little, like I'm not finna tell you all of this shit.
Hey, though. How lonely he just wanted to talk. He really just.
This is, you know what? Here's the best thing to do, and this is free game for anybody who doesn't know. Oh, Jaden doesn't need this. He has a girlfriend in college right now. But like, get you a fine best friend. Sure, you got to be fine. Just get you. This is why you do need platonic relationships. You get you a girl, and the girl's job is to investigate the girls. And not your sister, because there's other shit that comes in with it being your sister. Like your sister they're not gonna like anybody for the most part. But like get you a girlfriend that knows all your stuff and that can also help you, like that you can bounce ideas of, is this just her being a woman? Because this is wild. And then she can tell you, yeah, that's just some dumb women shit. And then you need that in your life. But I may have to do a whole separate thing on this dude. Like this man is just. Yeah.
I don't find what he said too offensive because it's the truth. It's like
I don't like the black players being dumb shit. And I'm tired of everybody calling us homophobic because there's so many gay. I had gay teammates.
No, but he said some players are dumb as hell. And I don't know if he said black specifically. He just said some players.
And low incomes. Now that's a little true. That is true. We do come from lower income places, but damn, dog, like, shit.
I just like seeing the truth. Like when Steph Curry's wife talked about how she felt as a woman, I'm like, that's how a lot of women feel.
Yeah.
So I like when the truth comes out so people can know the NFL isn't this pristine. When y'all got mad at Kaepernick, this is the real NFL. Y'all getting mad at Kaepernick over this guy.
But sports is a microcosm of society. Everybody deals with this in corporate America. It's just people don't view sports as corporate America.
Right.
But it is.
It's a business.
But but Aisha, fuck Aisha. It's not that I didn't like Aisha. Aisha
what
made
she said
it hard.
was crazy though.
And here's the reason why I say fuck Aisha. She was just like, oh, look at this lady. Like there's tweets. Look at this lady just wanting attention at the car wash. Ladies, cover up a little bit because leave something to the imagination, especially if you have a man. To go back and say, I want people to come, I want to get attention too. Bitch, your husband is one of the greatest basketball players to ever live.
Right.
What have you done?
That's why I liked it, because I'm like,
but like just
how crazy women are.
Right. So I'm just saying, so stop trying to act like you got a good man.
Right.
What a guy. Great guy.
This motherfucker love your dirty draws.
He might not even cheat with all that money. He might. I don't know.
I know this. If I'd have heard some dumb shit like that, I'm cheating immediately. Like I'm sitting here like, yo, I just got off I'm kissing you in public. I'm doing all the stuff that everybody says doing. We don't even fucking see Savannah.
She got a podcast now.
Well, now, but even then, how viral has it gone?
I seen a couple clips.
I seen a couple clips.
Yeah.
I see Tia Kemp way more than I see Savannah.
Yeah, that is.
It's the business we need to be here. That's what we need to be hearing from.
Yeah.
I need to hear what Savannah James. That's who the women don't want to be Savannah James. Savannah just beautiful as she want to do it be and just be sitting down, minding her own business. Rich bitch business.
4-time champ, Kendall, 4-time champion. Yup.
But like you over here, you have the man that everybody wants. Like go cook some shit, man. Like if that's what you do, like you go cook.
And you got a bunch of kids. You still want attention after a bunch of kids?
That's what be
Like,
true.
what?
But again, it comes down to why do women do what? Actually, it just comes down to why do women? That's the whole point. It's like, why do women like? Well, you put anything, like you
I
got
like attention from women, but as I get older, I see I need attention from one woman and then less. Like I don't need attention from a bunch. I'm getting old. I'm getting tired.
like
Leave that. It's a young man's game.
the quote that I heard: older women see themselves as younger women.
I
And
wanna
that's
be
why
an
they
old
compete.
man. I
While
wanna be
older
a
men,
magic black
men see young men and be like, "Hey, that's not nothing blood. Now this is what I did. Don't you do that now. Chill out." I be sitting down like, just man, can you shut the fuck up? And her and Jada Pinkett just sat down somewhere. You got you have the man that every woman says she wants. Like not just that person, but I'm just saying when they write down their list, he's rich, he's handsome, he's in shape, well spoken, like people like him. He don't put his hands on you. Like it's like all the things that you want. Like girl, you want. Shantae Moore made a song. Shantae's got a man at home. This is the dude that she was singing about, and yet you're just like, damn.
We need more old black female idols. As a black man, I could find a lot of old black men to be, idealistic about, to look up to. Are there any in movies? Like even in the white movies, we were magic. If there was an old black man in the movie, he was magic. He literally had magic.
He was literally God.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman is the voice, is the official. We have black men. Morgan Freeman, James Earl Jones. Like those are the official.
He's still one of the most attractive men to women. So
I mean, multi-generational. He got daughters.
Yeah.
He got granddaughters, daughters, and mamas.
Who's the cool older black woman for them to look up to?
Hey, Linda Lee, what's up? I don't even respond to Twitter.
Who is that?
Man, Linda Lee is one of my favorite. She's dope. But that's what she is. Linda Lee is amazing. Like her friend, like she is friends with the mayor.
Oh, really?
Like I'm talking about aces with the mayor, and she's a great FSU fan.
Hey, welcome.
Medea.
Yo,
Somebody put Medea as an old black woman.
He always out of pocket.
Primo, you out of pocket. But
That's crazy.
But I want to just because this guy is wrong. We'll have to do something different on this guy and all the things that are wrong with him. Well, I mean, Linda. I mean, we can't help that. You got a great, but you got a great soul. You got a great. I love Linda. You ain't got to be black. I love Linda. Linda's awesome. Linda's dope. That was funny. That was a very good descriptor right there. Shit. But damn, we got so much other shit to get into. Can I pick on Florida State fans for a second? Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess that's a great FS poo. Yeah.
FS poo is funny.
I'm not even gonna hold you, dog. This stat made me say fire Fuller, and y'all know I'm an unapologetic Adam Fuller fan.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, you talk about getting ran through and getting ran through and reamed. Jesus. FSU's allowed 453 rushing yards through 2 games. That's the most the Noles have allowed in their first 2 games of the season since at least 2000. They've allowed 190 plus rushing yards in 3 straight games dating back to the bowl game. First time the Noles have done that since Week 10 bowl in 2009. That Fuller. Hey man, I'm going to when. So Mike's coming. Mike's in town. Mike's coming to Jacksonville. He's coming to Mandarin.
Oh,
Helicopter, baby. Chopper on the field.
What? Wow. Oh, just to impress the kids.
Well, I mean, it's clearly to impress the kids. It's got nothing to do with anything else. Like, there's better ways to travel.
So he's still recruiting.
So, yeah. You got to keep recruiting. Now, here's the wild part.
I feel like he think about this season like on the.
He
playing the long game.
Yeah, here's what's crazy, right? He's got a. Well, he might have took the private jet, but typically you got to fly. You got to drive 2.5. Let's say he took the PJ, so it's an hour flight, right? Between everything, getting to the airport, flying here, getting parking at this. So let's say they fly into St. Augustine's Airport because there is a airport. That's the closest airport to Mandarin.
Okay.
You have to drive to a place for the helicopter. And then it's going to take them 30 minutes to get the helicopter to Mandarin, regardless of where you're at.
So you could.
He could have fucking drive. You can just drive, man. Just get the Mandarin.
Driving with his equipment and his bags, who's going to beat him there?
That part. But anyways, man. Boy said we need to show up in a spaceship. Yeah, something, dog. Something impressive. But Mike's coming, and I gotta ask him, dog. Like, and I'm not gonna ask him anything disrespectful because I know he's, the season is tough. Man. It's already tough enough. I know Mike ain't trying to lose, but I'm like, hey, man, since you guys are here, right, and it's not that far, go ahead, bring Coach Fuller. Everybody over here. We will set up an emergency meeting at Alpha Clinic because that D is not full right now. That D ain't hitting hard at all. The D is flaccid. The D is not penetrating. One of the fun. I got to get a shirt called Black Lines Matter. Lines. Because if you watch, so when I was doing the breakdown, they show when you're watching the game, they have two lines now. I remember back in my days, we only had the first down line. But now you have this line of scrimmage and you have this. And what you're seeing is it was teach tape. Them motherfuckers reestablished the line of scrimmage every time. And I just kept telling them, look at the black line. Black lines matter. When we're 1 to 2 yards pushing the other team past the black line, good things happen. When you push the black line back, bad things happen. This is also good advice about barbers that you choose. When they push your line back, you don't want that barber. That edge needs to be crispy. Our edge was not crispy. But this is crazy, that stat there. We go to the next thing.
Bad tape up.
Yeah, nothing worse in this world than a bad tape out. Shout out to Ants. I can't wait. This is me breaking down the video.
Hey, what you doing?
This is FSU fan base in a nutshell right now.
Hey, get up when you tripping, fool. That nigga tripping, bro. What you doing? Bro, get up when you tripping. Bro, I ain't got him on my. Get up off of the thing, fool. Hey, get up off the thing, get up, bro. Come on, fool, you tripping. Hey, what you doing, boy? Hey, get up when you tripping, fool. That nigga tripping, bro. What you doing?
Just like,
Bro, get up when you tripping. I ain't got him on my. Get up off of the thing, fool.
Break that
Get up
long
off the
run.
thing, get up, bro. Come on, fool, you tripping. Hey, what you doing, boy?
Mondays, right? Jesus.
But
This is hilarious.
this really describes our fan base right now. So I just talked about my guy Luke, right? And Luke is going to get, not Miami Luke, but, oh man, I don't want to say, how do I say this? And even when I was sick, I had to ask them what was Luke's issue, but I couldn't, my mind was, yeah, but I was like, what? But I couldn't think to say what is his issue to them. I was like, I want to say, but I don't know how to say it. There's like, just say it. I said, what's wrong with him?
Oh, Lord.
Like, but that's not nice. Like, but I know something's wrong with them, though. No, the problem is I speak for a living, but I speak not saying the first thing on my mind for a living. It's terrifying. Because I don't want to I can't get banned yet. I'm not there. Like, I need some more things to get sewn up, and then I'll start letting the chopper spray. I'm not Trey. I'm not 11. So Trey can say what he wants to say. Oh, he's cute. He's 11. Yeah. Me, I'm grown up. I say something, and I don't even be meaning it like that. I like everybody. Had somebody try to call me racist the other day. I'm like, I ain't got no power over nobody. How can I be any kind of ist? Yeah, it was because I was describing something and they didn't like the way it was described. And I'm like, whatever, dog. It is what it is.
I'm a little racist.
I'm a bigot. It's a difference. Bigots believe all bad things about everybody. Racist means I literally don't want you to be anything. I want to hold you down. I don't want to hold anybody down. I just get terrified. Like when I see a white man in a suit, I'm scared. Because them the only people who ever robbed me. I ain't never been robbed. I lived in the project. Well, actually, you know what? They stole. Nope. We moved out of the projects. We wasn't even in there 1 week and they stole my bike. I was in a good ass neighborhood and got my bike stolen. Lived in the projects my whole life. Bike was on the front porch. Nobody touched my bike. We move out, bike gone. I just thought that's what you were supposed to do. Leave your bike right there. But I believe when I see a Spanish woman, I just believe she gonna make some good ass rice and beans. Or she can fold a fitted sheet. Doesn't mean she can. It's just everybody I know who can fold a fitted sheet happens to be Spanish.
I mean, there's not a lot of room left in comedy landscape. We gotta let race live.
Some of the stuff is fun and important for us to learn about each other.
It's funny, and it comes out in all forms of art. Have you ever seen Japanese artists draw American people?
Oh, we look bad.
We're probably
the
fat.
biggest eyes in the world. Square.
Well,
jaw.
in their defense, their eyes are pretty. Their eyes are pretty tiny, man. Like their eyes are, except for anime. How do they have such big eyes in anime but no eyes in real life?
That's how they see it.
I forgot where I was at. Anyways, so Florida State fans bitched about something that I didn't even know was a problem. I was at that game. I left at the middle of the third quarter. But apparently, Florida State fans are in an uproar. And I love the Marching Chiefs to death. But the Marching Chiefs apparently they're playing. They play like I think the on third down. They have a third down song that they play.
Mm-hmm.
It happens in every stadium. Like, so what happens is branding, right? So it's like this show, one of Jaden's not critiques, but things for the show improvement. It's like when you have a show on radio, you have segments.
Yeah.
And when we did the Sports Den on 1010, one of our best segments that we had every day was 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we hated on something. Florida State fans would love this to have been 8 o'clock. So, but it happens in football games. They're different. You have your touchdown songs or things. You have your third down markers, and you have things that you want the fans to come up and do. Apparently, for years, the Marching Chiefs, that's when we played the war chant.
Mm-hmm.
FSU fans complained, and we read it. Bud Foster, what he was talking about the other day. The old white man yelling at, why don't these kids get off my lawn? He's saying like, oh, when I left the stadium, I could hear.
Oh, that's right.
I'm like, bitch, so what happens when what happens when you stink? Everything gets complained about except for what you're mad at. And we got people trying to like go and say like, this is going to change the tradition and blah, blah, blah. Then I'm like, you know what? I know these people. Why don't we just pick up the fucking phone and find out what the fuck happened? The Marching Chiefs made a statement, and it was partially true to the statement. And Marching Chiefs said the football team last year decided that they wanted to have they voted, and they wanted to have something that was unique to show third down, because what Mike calls it is called cash down. Third downs is the cash down. So they wanted something for the branding part of it. Fans hate it, but the players like it. And you know what the fans didn't do last year? I didn't hear one person say, why don't the Chiefs play more? You know why you didn't hear one person say that? We're 13-0. Man, when you stink everything, like the hot dogs are too cold, so everybody's complaining about the food now without realizing that Legends has stunk for 4 years. I found out about Legends from Notre Dame, from Notre Dame, because they do the we've subcontracted everything out so that we can make money. And then what happens is people go to the one thing that they feel that they can control. Well, if they won't change it, I won't play. I won't come. And I'm just let me be the first to inform you that nobody cares. And that's me. Well, Tupac cares if don't nobody else care. But I'm not telling you that to bash you, right? I'm telling you that to just let you know how this thing works, okay? That's why we're trying to leave the ACC so we can get a bigger TV contract. That's why they played football during COVID. It wasn't because America needs its gladiators. It's because the TV money was just entirely too fucking good. And I told Denny that every day, and Denny was like, "They're not gonna." I said, "Denny, no. One thing, they don't give a fuck about anybody. They give a fuck about that check. Them football players gonna be on that fucking football field. Trust and believe." And I told him that in was it because the shutdown happened in like March. I'm like, dog, they are going to fucking play football. Football was played in September. Big Ten's the only ones who tried to push it back a week. I'm like, dog, the only thing that's more American than apple pie is money controlling everything. But I want you to know that your complaints don't mean anything unless you have a true power behind it. You write $1 million check, you can complain about whatever the fuck you want to complain about. They're going to change it tomorrow. But if you threaten, as everybody, because I remember also when everybody threatened to boycott Florida State because Mike decided that he wanted to march with his little colored boys.
Really?
Oh, yeah, everybody was mad. Saban was the wildest one. Saban was pissed. Like, if you ever go look at Saban, Saban was mad that he had to walk. Not mad at the players. He was mad at the state of the world because I truly believe Nick Saban doesn't care about anything besides football.
Yeah.
But Nick Saban also knows where his bread is buttered. And this is the George Floyd time.
Okay.
And so he went in his patent leather loafers and marched with no socks. And you know what Alabama boosters? I can't believe he did that. I'm not giving my money. And Nick Saban, you know what Nick Saban did? Bet you won't get the opportunity to give money anymore. I'm taking it from you. And boy, they took a couple boosters that were long-time boosters and made an example of them. And you know what happened to all them other boosters? Straightened up and flew right.
Wow.
They damn near went out there and was marching too. Mike went out there and marched, and people said, I'm going to cancel my season tickets. There's a guy who I happen to like the spear that he makes. I can't purchase those anymore because of the way he talked about those players when they were actually just afraid. I told Frangie on 1010, the last thing that I need to hear is an old white man telling me how to be a young black man. I don't need you to tell me that. I'm a little nervous right now, and I got two cute, handsome boys right now that are going to be large Negroes that are going to be scary. And I need to know that being scary just isn't enough for them to do that other stuff. But that's not me to get political or not, but I also know the way the business works. Winning cures everything. I went and bought 2. That's why I went from 4 season tickets to 6. Like, somebody going to buy your tickets and sit in your fucking seat. I promise you that.
Heck yeah. One monkey don't stop no show.
I remember when them boys was kneeling with the Jags at 17, I told the lady straight up, I said, bitch, we ain't won in 10 years. You telling me if the Jags go on a run, you're not gonna, she's like, and me and my friends, we're in section such and such, and we will not be there. It will be empty. Man, I went to that Seattle Seahawks game, and that whole stadium was rocking. Because America loves a winner. And really, just you're disappointed and you're angry. Stop trying to figure out reasons. Now, what happened is that they did come out there and say that they wanted to have the game. They wanted to have an initial thing that showed, like, for like a quick, because you get time. Quick 10-second song. I might be exaggerating, but by the time, but a quick song to let us know it's third down, cash down, and the war chant to be played after that. And I respect the Chiefs' position. No, we either give it all to us or don't give it all to us. That's what happened. And I can see both sides of it. But I'll say this, none of that shit has anything to do with the price of oil in Madagascar. Like, none of that has anything to do with what you're really mad about, right, which is the fact that we haven't put out a good product. Exactly. You're mad about it. I mean, they're mad about clips that they're watching, and I always wonder if our beat hates us. Because our beat they put out clips and they don't know what it is, so they don't have it, they don't explain what it is. So they put up a clip of DJU throwing the ball. And in it, the running back is running a rail route or a go route for the running back out of the backfield. Running full speed. And the running back has to stop, turn around, and catch it.
Okay.
it looks like DJ. They're like, oh, here you go, underthrowing everybody again. And if you push it, you hear that you see the next running back go. And you hear Mike Norvell telling the running back, don't slow down, run full speed, turn around and catch it. And then you see somebody else, and they're like, it's a back shoulder throw drill. But our fan base is like, well, we can't throw front shoulder. I'm like, that doesn't mean you don't practice it. It's a part of the game. And people are arguing with me in our fan base. And I'm like, fuck it. What the fuck do I know? It ain't like I played the game or shit. Like I say, in a 24 practice period, you have you get 24 5-minute periods. For 5 minutes, they threw back shoulder throws. And they're like, well, running backs don't normally catch it like that. Bitch, on a rail route? Yeah, it's the same as a go route. For wide receivers, you got to know how to catch everything. Tremel comes up there and has to explain it to these people, and they argue with the recruit. And then we'll sit back and say, we need to do better in high school recruiting. Bitch, you making it tougher.
Exactly.
Instead of going and complaining to the right people, like about the stadium, we got people talking about Section 121 was falling apart. I got people, like I need the people who are sitting in my seats. Anybody, I think B. Lynn, anybody who was sitting in seats that I gave, did the stadium, because I don't know, because I sat in the Champions Club and it felt great up there. But you were in Section 13.
Yeah. That was
you were on the student side.
I'm into the student
section. So what
section,
did the student section feel like? Did it feel like the stadium was falling apart over there?
No, we were right by like the recruits and stuff. That's what I was saying, right by all the recruits and the families. But it didn't feel like it was falling apart, but it obviously was just real packed that day.
It was a lot of people there.
Yeah, it was a lot of people.
And really, when I walked in, I said, oh, damn. It looked like the old state. I could tell that that's not the old seats, but like the top part wasn't full. Mm-hmm. Like they blocked that off. But I was sitting, I was actually pretty shocked at how it actually looked. But I didn't know. Like, but people are going online saying that the stadium's raggedy, the food's cold, complaining about everything. I'm like, do y'all think this shit is helping?
It's funny because I heard some Miami guys.
It was pretty normal.
That Florida State Doak is one of the places that actually feel like a college stadium.
It does.
Compared to like UCF and some of these other schools.
So they put the students, well, the big student section is right behind the visitors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so and they get the sun, and that's where the sun comes at the stadium. That's the only thing. That's why I picked my season tickets to be in the end zones. They used to be on the side that got torn down, but like I had to change it, and I'm like, man, the last thing, a noon game. You think I'm paying for season tickets for a noon game so the sun can be right in my eyes the whole game? Now, I don't sit in those seats. I sit in the Champions Club. But the point is that stop bitching. Linda Lee put, what do you think about the food in the Champions Club? I think it's just okay. That's why I tailgate. I go to the Champions Club because the former players get a pretty decent rate. It's air conditioned. They have Wi-Fi. So I can talk, well, I can't talk shit at all right now, but when we're winning, I can talk shit. And there's one thing I will say about Legends. Their soda is on point. Like when you go to the little
oh yeah, the Sprite behind.
It is strong. It's like, you know, it gets you, it put a little, you need to chase it with whiskey. But the food outside of that, actually, you know what? They got prime rib.
What?
Oh yeah, prime rib. So they have your normal food, right?
Oh, in the Champions Club.
In the Champions Club. Okay. They got your hot dogs, your nachos, popcorn, all that other stuff. But then they got like a place with a carving station. They have a nacho station. They have a lot of other shit that's just, again, I ain't never had nothing growing up, man. Like, this stuff is delicious to me, man. I grew up on FAMU's campus, guys. I'm happy to get we was getting nachos with the jalapeno. To get the jalapenos in your nachos at a FAMU in the boiled peanuts at a FAMU concession stand was top tier. I remember when they had the one concession stand. Oh my God, they had succotash.
What's that?
Adam.
Succotash. Great question. I grew up my whole life not knowing what it was, but you had your own cartoons when you were coming up. I was in the era where they gave me Merry Melodies and like so the Looney Tunes, but my cartoons were from the 60s. So I'm kind of like all kinds of shit that I didn't know about, didn't know what it meant. Like Eat at Joe, like it was jokes built. It was jokes built in there for wartime.
Yeah,
that I should not have known in the 90s.
Okay.
But suffering succotash was a thing that one of the people always says, and it's like corn, llamas. It's like a mix of different beans and vegetables. The brownies was dope. The brownies was dope. The cookies, they had snickerdoodle cookies. Now the only thing I like my cookies I like them like the cookies that have a look like the crispy edges, but they're soft in the middle. These are like cake cookies. They soft all around. It's just too much going on. I will say that. But just like I was too mad at the game and the lack of energy to be mad at all the other shit. That's all I'm saying. I know why I was disappointed and mad. I don't think everybody else knows. But I will say this, Linda Lee. I am not a fan of Legends. But I also know that's why I tailgate. I'm also going in the game fed and pre-drunk so that I don't have to spend more money at the stadium. But I know Legends has its problems. I do, but I don't think we care about those problems when we're winning. The beer is always colder when you're winning, even when they run out of ice. And
Succotash is Native American, said Bud. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I
didn't even know.
This shit. Who knows? Learn something new every day.
I want to read about the Jalen Ramsey contract that just happened.
Okay, let's talk about it.
So Knowles in the league got our little NIL moment. Jalen Ramsey, former FSU player. So he just signed a deal to make him the NFL's highest paid quarterback.
Cornerback.
And he reached an agreement, 3-year extension worth $24.1 million per year to make him the highest paid cornerback in NFL history for the second time in his career. He is guaranteed to earn $55.3 million starting this season, which ensures he will have the highest career earnings for a cornerback in league history. So Pat Surtain II reset the cornerback market by signing an extension with the Broncos on Wednesday that carries a value of $24 million of average annual value.
These guys get paid so much money.
Ramsey's currently dealing with a calf injury, but the new Miami defensive coordinator, Anthony Weaver, said Thursday he is, quote, hopeful Ramsey will be ready to play in the team's opener against his former team, the Jags.
Dope. And he ain't even got to play. Let's go. I want to take the over for the new Las Vegas bet, but I'm nervous. What could $100 get me with this?
The Raiders?
5 point. No. Vegas readjusts our regular season wins to 5.5. But the one thing I'll say, I think we get 6. I think we're going to a bowl game. I don't see us not going to a bowl game.
Let's just look at the rest of the schedule.
It's not gonna help my argument.
Let's go down the rest.
It's not helping my argument at all because like we can't beat these two teams. Memphis and SMU are licking their chops right now. But
so yeah, Memphis, California, SMU, Clemson, Duke, Miami, North Carolina, Notre Dame, Charleston Southern, and Florida.
We be in Charleston Southern.
So that's one. What about North Carolina?
They don't have their offensive line is worse than ours. That running back was running for his life. Now, Life of Bill, we win 6 games. I have it under full authority. Our asses will be at the Gator Bowl. I opened it again, the Pinstripe Bowl, New York City during Christmas. That's where I would be so stinky because that's what we picked. That's what we picked on Miami about the Bodega Bowl. I don't. We can't go to the Bodega Bowl. I'm going to do Linda. Thank you so much because you said you couldn't find me and you found me, and that makes me feel. Linda was. I went to the tailgate. She said again, dope woman right there. Does so much with my nonprofit stuff when I do things. I appreciate her. She's always makes me feel good. So that's why she gets talked to on X when you're not supposed to get talked to on X. But Linda is
an exception.
the exception. I don't want because she says she's old, but so people don't know I'm black, just so y'all don't tell us to anybody didn't know. My grandma and my grandma and my mom could pass until my grandmother talks. But she clearly looks like at the old folks' home that she stays into periodically when I bring her to Jacksonville. I swear, they think she's an old white woman, and they want to know why she has a little colored grandkid. But it's funny though because I come in and she's just as mean and loving as she wants to be. My grandmother, that's not Linda, but just saying when I see people like that, it reminds me of some of the dopest people in my life. So, going to the next thing, because we went over, this is what's great about these shows. We just, again, it's bullshit. Just BS a little bit on your day to help you out. This was the Master Chief's statement. Like, when you suck at everything, the hot dogs, the hot dogs aren't hot enough. The band isn't playing enough. Florida, damn, I didn't put the Florida thing up there. Florida. Oh yeah, UF knew. Florida starting DJ Lagway this week against Samford. I did not realize that Florida fans picked on Willie Taggart at FSU for barely beating Samford, for Dan Mullen to be in a shootout with Samford his last year, which is crazy. But Florida fans get to see the future. DJ Lagway is going to go play. Graham Mertz suffered a concussion on Saturday against Miami. We showed that clip. Looked bad, looked spiteful. Not by Miami, the offensive tackles for Florida look like Mertz, like fuck Mertz. We got to do fuck it. If Billy won't do it, like what did Thanos got with the glove? Fine, I'll handle it myself. just watch. Look how blocks are the worst things in the world because it's like a feeling of helplessness. All you can do is scream at the guy and hope he hears you in a loud ass stadium. Like, I just thought about it. You guys are complaining about our traditions being. Imagine starting a tradition you're trying to force it to become a tradition, but it wasn't, and it's the worst type of time to do it. The Tom Petty in the fourth quarter won't back down. That is not an annual Florida tradition. That is new, and ever since they've done it, all they've done is back down. I mean, they sing it loud, but like. Won't back down. No, you're getting walked down. They need to put walk them down, because that's what's happening. You're getting your ass walked down. No matter how bad it gets, it could be this.
Willie Beam.
Basically, yep. That's exactly how it was when they sabotaged Willie Beeman.
What's the best football movie?
The Program. The Program is about as close to college football as you could get during that time.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's an amazing movie. You got to go watch it. Watch it on YouTube so you can see the cutout version. They had to remove it from movie theaters because people was actually doing that. Like the guys was laying down in the middle of the road and like to let motorcycles or something drive by, but you got to do that.
Okay. Yeah, I never seen this.
But our O-line might have been doing it. Like, I don't know what the fuck was going on with Darius Washington, but I talk about it in the thing, boy. Darius had a bad day. Bad day. Like, the interception that DJ threw, I actually needed to apologize. Because I was mad. I was like, why would you throw it there? Motherfucker was wide the fuck open. If he wouldn't have got hit when he was throwing it. And that DB was beat. That's the only reason that he was able to catch that, to be where he was supposed to be. It is just, when you watch this stuff, you're just like, man, this is bullshit. It's a mixture between guys not wanting to, feeling like guys don't want to be there, ill timing, and somebody fucking up that wasn't going to fuck up. They also have this thing where they say, we know your last name is Kane, but Kane is able. They were doing a Heisman campaign for the guy. And I was just like, that was kind of corny. Most good branding is kind of corny, though. But it's one of my, like, they got the black dude that looks like Marvin Jones Sr., and this white guy who's on steroids, and that's how he's playing. And he was just like, he can't read. Fuck you, doughboy. I can read. You see that shoe? It says Adidas. I taught him that. And that's what, but then they do like the video, like, hey, that we used it for the NCAA video game. When it comes out, this is how everybody's gonna go. So every game he goes in Mac, he finds a guy, he tries to get in their head. He said, hey man, I know you. You the motherfucker that got my little sister pregnant. Ain't seen you in the house a while, man. What's going on? Man, fuck you, man. You know I don't know your sister. Oh, man, so she wasn't good enough. She was good enough to get pregnant, and she wasn't good enough for you to marry? Oh, man, I'm going to fuck your ass up. I'm going to hit you so much that your mama's going to die. And it's just like he's just spazzing out. And the dude's like, he's coming after him. And it'd be like, so the shit talking on the football field is funny sometimes because, like, some of the shit that they say is, like, outrageous. It's outrageous. But one of the best ones I've ever heard was Michael Boulware. Michael Boulware did not talk shit. Michael Boulware is probably like everybody talks. This is what bothers me. Everybody talks about how much of a Christian Tim Tebow is, all these other people, but the Boulwares are so Christian that they didn't even kiss their wives until they said "I do." Personally, but that being said, they ain't do all that that long ass engagement shit. Like it was like it's quick engagement. Like, I done found a woman now. Hey, I gotta get this now. I ain't that Christian. But Mike will go and hit you and scream Bible scriptures. Not just the verse, the book, the verse,
the version.
But he would be like, Philippians 4:13 NIV, baby. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Woo! You're like, hey, man, the fuck? Boom, Jesus wept, nigga. Yeah! Come through, like imagine somebody. There's no that rod and that staff that comfort me. Like, boom, smell the rice, more the child, baby. Like,
I heard Brian Dawkins used to do stuff like that.
Oh, it's a guy on IG too that does the thing where he did Steve Atwater. He like scream like he's doing his impersonation of them. He's like, feel the water. What does that mean? Pow, woo! Like he's doing his. Yeah. Now that I think about it, thank God for football. Some of us are not well kept. Miami plays FAMU this weekend. Should be another good shit talking day. The band doesn't go there. Thank you to the people who are listening to the show very late, adding comments. Harvard Blue, Rich Boy was talked about over a fucking hour and a half ago. But thank you for coming in. What else do we have here? That's of note. Oh, this is what I plan on doing to my ops. We're going to end this with some random shit. I'm not having a funeral when I die. I plan on doing a show, whatever that day was. And if I die, that's it. You just be like, there just won't be any more shows. But this is the craziest thing that you could do to an op. I really do want to do this. And I have a god brother who is very gay. And I think I could pay him to do this to somebody. This is amazing. I think it's hilarious. Other people might not, but I'm definitely doing this.
Same thing with the funerals we was talking about last week. They said, like, if you really got an enemy, send a gay funeral and had a nigga cry profusely.
That is fucked up. Who said that?
Flamboyant. Yo, if the nigga is in there, yo, let that nigga
and you can't do nothing, you're gone.
I'm talking about into the snot bubble.
Fuck
your whole legacy.
Yo,
your whole legacy.
That'd be a documentary I want to watch.
Niggas is like, yo, who the fuck is Bull? I seen it on a meme.
Beat him up.
Seen it on a meme.
On you forever.
But you're dead.
Even after
you can't even defend yourself.
Yeah.
It's over.
Oh
yeah, my
you're
uncles
dead.
is, my uncles is in heaven, gay as shit.
And you can't deny
As soon as he make the scene and everybody's seen him, he just gotta run out there, prance out of there, crying like a kid.
You better pray that
my
he make it
uncle,
out of there.
My uncle is in heaven right now, dressed like Pay LaBelle.
Oh, he was
Like, I'm gonna have like
You're badly living.
I want to have like bonus structure for it too. Like we'll come up with a solid agreement, right? But like you'll get like an extra 1,000 if you go in the cat. Like say, take me with you. Straddle them. Like
Jump in.
Kiss them on the cheek.
Jump in the grave.
Only because I know people like really care about that kind of stuff. So like I want to fuck you up. Like that's it. Like we're gonna go because it goes back to what I said. Like the only thing I want at my funeral is somebody to like, if I do have a funeral, right? I won't have one. Somebody has to agree to this. I don't know who. I don't even care if I've ever been with the person. I want somebody to say, man, we lost some good dick today. But I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be that though. Like, yo, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say, I'll say, my god, brother. Hey, listen, they're gonna have the they're gonna have the moment where they let people speak. It's an open mic. And I want you to walk up there. I want you to kiss him on the cheek, and then I want you to go to the mic and say, man, we lost some good dick today. That is hating. That is taking it to the next level. Like I will be finished. I already know about 3 podcasters that I want to do that to. I know actually one of them y'all already know. It would be believable because he's getting skinny now. He's malnourished. So they might think he got the HIV.
Oh my God.
But all that being said, man, I want to leave you guys with some words of wisdom or how to handle social media and also your life. It like, guys, a lot of us have made it. You made it to adulthood, right? And some of y'all ain't never been in no fight. You're really not tough. And it's okay. I don't want to be a tough guy anymore. Because you know what happens when you're a tough guy? You have to always prove you're tough. And it gets wearing, it gets old. And, you know, but I want you to listen to a tough guy that made a living being tough, and he's a professional troller. And this is what he has to tell you. And he's damn near got to be close to a billionaire troller. But even he's sick of the shit. And this is my weekend advice for you on social media, because some of y'all are talking incredibly reckless. And it's no need to do that. You're good family men. You're all this other bullshit. But let's just check this out.
It's never what you said. It's always what you did. We know people who do this shit. But it usually leads to them living a tough life. It starts a cycle of tough shit. And then you gotta show us you're tough again. Tough is not my goal, man. I don't care about that shit, bro. You know what's gangster to me? Is to live the way you want to live. To not have to answer to people to change things.
Because what happens when you have to prove you're tough, you get to go to the boys club. You don't want to go to the boys club as a grown ass man. The boys camp with nothing but men around you, and that's not cool. Because then when you go to jail, you have no control over your life. Plus, or you get to go have a funeral and get thrown off the top of lot 19, and then we have a gay person come to your funeral and say we lost some good dick today. So that's the way it's gonna hit for a lot of y'all. So it's no need. It's just sports. It's entertainment. We're supposed to laugh. We're supposed to have a good time. We're supposed to come together. Right. And I love to be able to do that on this platform. So make sure you subscribe. Once we get to 7,000 subs, we'll give away $500 again live on Big Games B.S. $200 to a member, as well as the amount of likes to a member. Make sure you go and if you're a member, go do the pick'em games. You've already paid your money. Why not make enough to be able to cover your subscriptions for the rest of the year? You can do that in 1 week. This weekend, we've started the fantasy football thing. Make sure you go check out Trey's Take, check out a lot of other different stuff. Go subscribe to Mandarin University. We appreciate you all you guys for chopping it up with me. We will see you guys next week.